What is good, guys? Your Alpha's here. How's everybody doing on their end? And today, guys, we're gonna do a special, very special ordeal today in terms of a Q&A. Usually, guys, I break it down. Let me switch this a little bit. There we go. Usually, guys, I break it down. I break it down from I do the live Q&A, and then I do the Q&A that is at the end of the month that is it's pre-recorded. But today, this time around, I decided to give do a live Q&A in terms of questions and Q&A with me, your Alpha, the M.V.K. How's everybody doing? So I'm here to do that with you guys. So I made a poll that basically said I'm going to do it, but it's going to be live this time. 4 questions a pop. Leave them in the comment section down below, and your boy is going to answer them. So I will answer all those questions that those people, those members of the pack delivered. And if there are more questions in the comment section, then I will answer them. Now, the rules still apply to you all. 4 questions a pop. You don't have to put them all at once. You can put them one at a time, but please number them. Question number 1, question number 2, so I'll know and I'll acknowledge you. But like I said, I am in another area in my house. So because as you probably can hear, my brother is playing Overwatch, and he's him and my cousin, and so he's having fun back there. So I'm in my room, so I don't need to go back there. You hear him? See? So here, guys, let's answer this question. Yeah, guys, let's do this. So this should be a lot of fun. Yes, guys, I am wearing a Punisher jersey, as you can see on the back. This is Punisher on the back. I got this kind of cheap, actually. Got it off of eBay, actually. Really cool. There's a couple other jerseys I saw from various heroes that I want to get, that I saw on eBay, and I was like, oh, I got to get that. There was a Black Panther jersey. There was a Hulk jersey, a Spider-Man, Wolverine, and the numbers are the dates they debuted in comics. So it's really cool. Like the Hulk has banner 62 on the back. That's really cool. So with that being said, I got my little snacks on the side over here, along with my water. So my mouth get dry, I can take a little bit. I hope everybody is well, staying safe. I hope you guys had a happy and safe Thanksgiving if you celebrate it. Giving thanks to what you have and not what you should have and things like that, the important things. But now it is my favorite time of the month, Christmas. And despite everything that's going on, that's not going to stop my positivity. You know what I'm saying? So let's answer these questions. So this should be a lot of fun. I'll get to these questions first, and then I'll answer your questions. Okay. We're going to start with the Will Miser. Okay, so his 4 questions are, the first one, he says, thanks for the advice on losing my dad. It really helped. Hey, you're welcome. I remember you telling me once again that you had lost your dad, and that was very touching and very sad because I know what that's like to lose a parent. You hear Malcolm back there. I know what that's like to lose a parent and still feel that pain. I lost my mom when I was 13, and it's still to this day, I still feel it. And now it's Christmas, I'm gonna feel it even more because she's not around. Since 1995, I have gone through Thanksgivings, Christmas without her since 1995. I was 13. I'm 38 now. You do the math. How long I've been without my mother. So yeah. So I'm happy it helped. Like I said before, it's gonna hurt. You're always gonna feel that pain, that niche, and the thing that's gonna help subside that pain is the great memories that you shared with your dad. And that's how it helps me cope with the loss of my mother. So your second question you have is, are you excited for Abaddon wanting a shot at the AEW Women's Championship? Yeah, I am. I'm glad she's back. I think she got injured. She was injured. So, but I will see her I follow her on Instagram. I follow her on her Facebook page and everything like that. And she's been trimming down, losing weight and some weight and trimming up. But I really wish she still had her classic music. I'm still not really used to that Castlevania-like music, but I'm happy. I don't expect her to win, but she's the one girl that Sheeta seemed to be kind of creeped out about, because remember the first time they fought, Sheeta was all over the place. Your third question is, did I watch the Tyson fight? I said I did. And I don't care what anybody says, that was not a draw. Tyson won that match. You could see, I give both guys respect. I'm glad nobody got hurt, but Tyson won that fight. It was scary to see Tyson at 50-something years old, way out of his prime in boxing, but still moving as fast as he was back in his prime. And them body blows, you saw those were having a major effect on Roy Jones. And you can see at the end. And I tell everybody this, who was breathing heavily in that entire fight? Roy Jones. He was breathing. He's just breathing heavily. Tyson was cool as a cucumber. But yeah, I did watch it. I enjoyed it. I was glad. And shouts out to Styles Bender, Ismail. He was great. First time commentating. It was great. It was great. And Snoop is the MVP of that whole damn thing. Snoop really did his thing. Respects to Snoop. Your fourth question is, did you see that Ryan Wilder Batwoman teaser? I saw it. It's fine. It's cool. We'll see where it goes. But yeah, I've seen it. So thank you for the questions, Will. Next up comes the next question. Trevin Dorn. His first questions are, who's your top 5 or 10 Omega level mutants from the X-Men comics? Okay, that I'm not gonna give you everything because that could be just done for an opinion spot. But I'll give you Storm. Definitely Storm's up there. Iceman is another one. Jean, of course, I love my Jean. So Jean, and she's over an Omega level, but yeah, I know they kind of switched the lineup of an Omega level mutant. They wanted it, especially Hickman wanted it to mean something now, like somebody like that. But most of the people that are still a part of I still enjoy. So yeah, it's cool. Like I said, that's really more Trevin for like an opinion spot. And I think I did have something planned for an opinion spot where I do give my top 10 Omega level mutants or something like that. Your next question is, which Scarlet Spider do you prefer, Ben Riley or Kane Parker? For me, I picked Kane Parker because of the Solo series by Chris Yost. If I'm going to go with anything, I'll go Ben Riley. I grew up basically. Well, I shouldn't say I grew up, but when the clones. First of all, I don't like the Clone Saga. I hate that. I hate it. But I gave respect to Ben Riley, and Kane. When Kane was in it, he was way different than he looked now. I respect what they tried to do with Kane, give him more personality and everything like that. But I will always pick Ben Riley over Kane. I'm off this dry as fuck. Um, Next question is, how would you rank the Ninja Turtles by fighting style? That's a good question. How would I rank the Ninja Turtles by fighting style? Okay, I rank them. We'll start with Leo. Um, I'd rank him. I'd give him a high ranking. Uh, his finesse, his style, yeah, he's getting a rank A. Raph would get a B from me because his aggression is great, but you need to sometimes his anger is also his biggest weakness. That can also be his biggest weakness. Ingenuity will definitely get a B plus for me for Donnie. His ingenuity is always going to be first up there. The brains before the brawn. And Mikey, I solid B as well because he's freestyle. I always felt, Mikey's freestyle, more freestyle than you think. And Jenica, I'll throw her in there now. She's definitely getting an A up there too because just her training. She was a foot member. Remember, there's 4 or 5 turtles now, so I'm just gonna go with all of them in that case. If Jonathan Hickman went to DC Comics, which characters would you want him to write and why? Probably Challenges of the Unknown, something with science. Anything that has to do with science, I would have Hickman write because Hickman has gone on record to say he loves science. He loves writing characters who are based around science. That's why his Fantastic Four run was so good, or his Avengers run, and his X-Men. I'm enjoying his X-Men run, but sometimes they act like they starting to act like dicks, and I don't like that. But Challenge of the Unknown, if I'd probably take him on any kind of maybe the Flash, things like that. So that'd be cool. So I advise you guys to slow down with the questions because I don't want to miss anybody. All right. So next up, have you ever? This is from Galactus Girl, pack member Galactus Girl. Have you ever had any story ideas of your own for Marvel or DC? Plenty of times. Not just creating my own stuff, which I still do to this day. I've been creating characters and things like that since I was 17, and always had ideas of doing like independent stuff, like maybe starting a Kickstarter to get my ideas out there. As for Marvel and DC, yes, plenty. Like taking this character and pushing them to a new level or something like that. Of course. Kuma, the boss from Metal Gear versus Silver Sable. Who would win? The boss. Sable's good, but she ain't no match for the boss. No way. What would Ryu Hayabusa think of Snake Eyes and vice versa? I think Ryu Hayabusa would give Snake Eyes his props. With Snake Eyes, I think a genuine just or thumbs up would be because Snake Eyes don't talk. It's always questioned. They always switch up why Snake Eyes don't talk. It's always been that question. Was it they basically said one time he lost his vocal cords in an explosion. Then the one was the death of his master, so he took a vow of silence, things like that. But vice versa, yeah, he would. I think the only thing that probably Ryu would not like is that Snake Eyes uses guns. He uses a Uzi, and he would probably be like, why are you using that? Like, I think he would question that a little bit. If you did a non-comic lineup for Justice League Dark, who would be it? I've actually done that. Just go watch the video. I actually did that, so you got to go find that. What would the Gargoyles and the Ninja Turtles think of each other? I think they would get along. I think Splinter and Goliath would have much to talk about and learn from each other. Mikey, Donnie, and Lexington would be like crazy, like geek buddies and things like that. Leo could learn a lot from Goliath and Hudson. Raph could learn a lot and maybe help Brooklyn in terms of controlling his anger, especially when it comes to Demona, So, and Elisa and April, they would have a lot to talk about too, because, they're two humans that have allies of non-humans. So it'd be kind of cool. That'd be great. I think they'd all get along. Travis, what are you about? What are you about Dan Slott lazy stuff? The question is weird. What are you about Dan Slott lazy writing style? I don't get the question, but I'm thinking you're meaning like, what do I don't like about it? And at times, like, he can be lazy. He rehashes a lot of his old work, or he rehashes a story that he's done before, and he just incorporates it into another character. But yeah, at times he can be very lazy. At times, I'm not a big fan of that at all. And was the lighting a little bit? Look at that lighting. Okay, there we go. That's better. There you go. There you go. That's better. There you go. Your next question is one storyline I hate. Hydra Captain America. It was insulting to the creator. Y'all gotta stop thinking like that. It wasn't insulting because it wasn't Captain America. It wasn't Steve Rogers. These are writers' ideas, and if we don't like it, that's fine. But don't go out and say, yeah, I'm gonna kill you. You're disrespecting Jack Kirby and Joe Simon. It's like saying, what if the creator, somebody did something with they've done stuff with this guy right here that was just like stupid. Anybody remember Frankencastle? It was stupid and it was dumb, but it was just, one writer's idea. But I'm not about threatening writers or creators and everything about that. I'm not about that. And Nick Spencer got a lot of heat and a lot of hate for that, for what he did. But I always knew, I knew it wasn't Steve. I knew it wasn't Steve. It was great to see. And by the end of what happened, we saw Steve come back and beat the shit out of that imposter. Cracked him with Mjolnir and everything. It was great. So you don't give it up. Iron Fist versus Raw. Raw from Fist of North Star. Danny's good, but he's not on that level with those characters. Indeed. Anybody want any beef jerky? Okay, that's cool. Natsu versus Liu Kang. Are we talking Natsu from blah 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 fuck, the half dragon. I'd definitely go Natsu on that. Okay, next, Marion asks, you mentioned not too long ago that you've been playing Red Dead Redemption 2. What are your current thoughts on the game? I like the game. Um, you have your favorite characters already, and of course, I'm very close. I feel connected to Charles Smith. He is half black and half native, and so that kind of connects us real close. I have that in my family as well, so it is, like I always tell you guys, my mom was Cherokee, so it does help. But yeah, I'm close with Charles. I love learning to hunt from Charles. Out of the gang, Charles is probably the one that I care about the most, and the one I'm like, he better not fucking die. Like, I haven't finished the game yet, but I'm just like, Charles better not die. And if do not spoil it in the comment section, little people, please. Your next question is, what would you think of if Bing Bang Boom, think of a Bing Bang Boom movie in the MCU? I don't know about a movie just specifically on Bing Bang Boom, but him being the MCU would be great. Um, I would have probably put him in like the Eternal movies or something like that, just showing like he's been around just as long as they have. That would have been cool. You never know, he might be in it. You never know, he may be in the Eternal. Yeah, I'm might even go there. What are your thoughts on the Beast Wars episode Transmute? You're talking about Beast Wars, the episode where I guess he was he was a robot, but he was called Transmute. He couldn't transform, but he had this explosive power. He was almost like a banshee, and it was killing him. And he became friends with Silverbolt, and he became friends with Rampage, the giant crab. And he saw it from both sides. He was like, I remember he was just like friend, good, friend, bad, you know. Um, but it was still fun. It was a good episode. My favorite episode was when Dinobot. One of my favorite episodes was when Dinobot gave his life to protect the Chromad humans. I thought that was great. What are your thoughts on the Dubai reveal in my I I haven't gotten that far yet, so don't ruin that for me either. So yeah, can't say anything until I seen that. I'm a little behind on My Hero Academy as well. So next, Tigerzilla Gamer. What's your favorite? What's your personal favorite Robert De Niro role? Favorite Robert De Niro role? I think one definitely him playing Al Capone in Untouchables. I thought he was great. I thought he was great in that movie, so I'm definitely going to say that for sure. Uh, that's one of them, definitely. Him Al Capone from Untouchables. That's one of my favorite all-time movies. So number two, what Disney movie that hasn't had a live-action remake yet do you think would have the most potential as a live-action remake? Try not want to think about it, but I'll definitely go Sword of the Stone, or Sword of the Stone, or something like that. You know, I watched the 1991 version of Cape Fear the other day, and I really liked it. What are your thoughts on it? That was good. That was a Robert De Niro was in that. He was really good in that. He was jacked up too. I was like, whoa, he got in a great shape for that role. Mm, what what's your favorite Stanley Kubrick movie? Um, I really don't know. Um, I really don't know. Like, not really. I try to keep up on directors. So, but sometimes I don't. And so let me see. Um, oh, now I do know one. I got one right off the bat. What the hell is this? Right off the bat, I'm definitely gonna go with Full Metal Jacket. There you go. It's one of my favorites. I had to remember it. Sorry. Caroline De Salvador asks, "What's your most anticipated movie of 2021, assuming it still comes out?" I can't tell you because there's so many. It's like so many. It really is. It's so many. I mean, I can give you this. I can give you Antlers. I can, what? There's so many. Number two, what Marvel female character are you more anxious to see in the MCU? I think I already know the answer. There's a lot, actually. She-Hulk. She-Hulk is definitely one up there. Um, yeah, you can say Rogue. I want to see the MCU versions of the X-Men. All right. What's your favorite Christmas song? Don't really have one. Don't really have one. So sorry. I just like Christmas. It's not even about the songs. I actually watched the 1990 TMNT a week ago. I watched the 90s TMNT movie few weeks back. Does it hold up in you? It is the still holds up. The 90s TMNT movie is still the quintessential TMNT movie. Ain't no movie after that beat it. It still is the greatest dynamic of the source and the genuine attraction to the turtle. It had everything you wanted it. It had action, it had drama, it had sorrow. Um, it had themes in there that teens were going through. And I really appreciate everything that that movie did. Um, I even love I love practical effects, guys in suits. I rest in peace, Jim Henson. But yeah, give me more of that. I'll take that over CGI turtles any day. Outside of that, the TMNT animated movie was great. I like that. But those other movies, no way. It is still the best movie, in my opinion. So those are the people that asked the questions there. I thank you very much to all of you answering those questions. So I will delete that post right now. Delete. There you go. And now let's see what's going on here because I'm seeing like a bunch of you mother freakers, and no, I'm just messing with y'all. Okay. So we have Andre, Chris Thompson was good. We have knew somebody. I don't know who that was. DeWilt, Tiger. Oh, okay. I just answered your questions. Okay. Tiger, you can't answer no more questions. I answered your questions. Why you jipping people? I just answered your questions. All right. I just answered your 4 questions. No more for you. No more. Sorry. All right. So let's move on. Okay. So this is Chris T's first question. What's your favorite Will Smith movie? Well, favorite Will Smith movies or movie? It says movies. Definitely the Bad Boys, First Independence Day. Um, um, uh, I said Bad Boys. I say Independence Day. Men in Black definitely I'll throw up in there. Um, uh, what's the movie he? Oh shoot, I'm forgetting the name of the movie. Um, there's a couple of movies he did with his sons. The that were good. The first one he did. So yeah, there's a bunch. There's a bunch of Will movies. Some of them. Oh, I like Hancock. I actually like Hancock. I thought that was a good movie. I thought Hancock was really good. Okay, Andre. First question: who do you think would actually win in a martial art fight to the death between Lady Shiva and Shang-Chi? That might come to a draw. They probably both knock each other out and then get busy at the end. I think she was gonna pounce on him, like, like, okay, you're good. That turned me on. Like, yeah, I've seen stuff like that. Usually the badass, whoever they look at, it's kind of almost like a Mr. and Mrs. Smith attitude. The word, that would. What happened if the Hulk and Godzilla merge into one creature? What the hell? A gamma atomic cow. Jesus Christ, that's scary. Bill McLangling. What goes it, Mama Kim? I'm all good. How about you? We have Mike Knight Hero. He asks me, what's your favorite true crimes game? LA or New York? Oh, I don't want to be biased because I live in New York, so I don't want to be biased. I liked LA with Nick Kang better because it flowed better. New York was good, but it had a lot of bugs. I did a lot of glitch problems. So I'm definitely gonna go LA. Hey man, saw have you seen New Mutants movie? No, I will not watch that. I will not support that movie. Fuck that movie. I'm not gonna support a movie that does not support the characters. The constant whitewashing of characters is starting to that has pissed me off for a long time. And you have Cecilia Reyes in there, who is Afro-Latina. You telling me you couldn't find an actress who is Hispanic and black? Same thing with Sunspot. Sunspot is specifically Afro-Brazilian. Basically, Sunspot should look like Pele, or she look darker than me. Still. And they still treat his powers like the Human Torch. Whatever. Whatever. Won't support it. I boycotted that movie the moment I saw the cast. I was like, fuck that. Skyhine, hey there. How's how kid? Nice. I'm good. Okay. I'm keeping track of everybody's questions. Remember, I said 4, so you better be careful. Rakai, seeing as the Turtles did well in the DC universe with Batman crossover, how well do you think they would cope in the Marvel universe? Pretty good. It's New York. They could do it. Characters like Daredevil, they would work great with Daredevil. Spider-Man, they would do good with. Um, those are some of the characters I would love to see them flow with. Hell, even X-Men, I would like because they're mutants, so I would love to see how they would, would interact with some of the mutants. Personally, I don't like Sophie Campbell's run on TMNT, and I hate how IDW made Jinkai the Tommy Oliver the team and more or less snubbed Leo's position as leader of, of for her favor. To each its own. I don't really mind it too much. She was Splinter's top Jonin, so I'm like, okay, that's fine. Um, to me, nobody will ever take Leo's spot, in my opinion. It's just written that way. Don't hate on it too much. There you go. That's my advice. That's 2. Second question from Andre. What are some of your favorite countries in the world? Favorite countries in the world? Japan definitely is one up. That's on my bucket list to get to. Japan, Australia, um, um, Brazil, Canada. I love. Canada, Toronto. I say Ontario. Greece, because of my love for Greece mythology. Anything, Norseland, Scandinavia, up there, Sweden, Finland, things like that. I'll throw England in there. England, Ireland. There's a couple of places. And of course, the motherland themselves. Any country in the motherland, Africa. So of course, there's too many in Africa. So yeah. Okay. DJ AJ Dale. Chris, who is your favorite Batman? For me, it's live. For me, live action is Michael Keaton. Overall, is Kevin Conroy. Okay. My favorite Batman. That depends. Live action. As for Batman, yeah, I may go Michael Keaton, but I did not hate Ben Affleck as Batman too much. And probably why he gets a little thumbs up more for is because of that one fight scene. That was the first time you actually got to see Batman fight where it wasn't close up, where you can't see him throwing kicks or punches. No, you can actually see him throwing punches, elbows, things like that. Did I like the fact that he was killing people? No, because I don't like Frank Miller's. That's an unpopular opinion right there. I don't like Return of the Dark Knight Returns and all that other. I don't like that. But Michael Keaton definitely will always have a place in my heart because that's one of the Batmans I grew up with. Live action, animated wise, yeah, go Kevin Conroy. Next up, close second probably be Bruce Greenwood because I do like Bruce Greenwood portrayal of Batman. So yeah, that's one. Number two, uh, Maka Machiko Nochi from the original Aliens versus Predator comics versus Black Cat. Who wins? Oh my god, I have not read the original Black Cat. I mean, Alien versus Predator comics in a long time, so I can't remember that character. Uh, I can't. I can't even remember that character, so I can't really answer it definitively. Skyline. Exciting to see MCU Wolverine. Am I excited to see MCU Wolverine? Maybe. Mainly, I'm more excited just to see who they pick to be the character. I still have my favorite. Thanks for answering my questions. You're welcome, Caroline. AJ, is Die Hard a Christmas movie? Hell yes, a Christmas movie. I don't care. I don't care what Bruce Willis says or anybody else. Die Hard is a Christmas movie. Deal with it. That's enough jerky. Last one. And this is your third question, I think, AJ. Favorite version of Kane, original. When he first came, I liked that portrayal where he didn't really speak too much and things like that. Sky M, how about a Venom Godzilla versus Kaiju? Maybe. I don't know. Would the symbiote be like, oh, I want to jump into that big lizard? I mean, we've seen the symbiote merge with a dinosaur or a lizard before. Old Man Logan, we saw him with that T-Rex. Remember? Okay. David Big Lad, what villain do you want to see and get pushed out more in live action? Spider-Man and a Spider-Man Craven the Hunter. There you go. That's easy. Last question for AJ. Better movie, Pulp Fiction or Goodfellas? Oh Jesus. Shit. Uh damn it. I'm gonna go with the movie I watch up more on account I watch it more than I like the Goodfellas movie. Don't get me wrong, but I don't watch it all the time. Like if it comes on, I'm not gonna kind of sit down and watch it, or or put it on and things like that. It's kind of Pulp Fiction for me. I'm sorry, it's just I watch Pulp Fiction a lot more than Goodfellas. Um, New Moons was a flop trash. You goddamn right. I don't give a damn what anybody says about that movie. There are some good things, like for the actress who played Ileana. I wouldn't mind. I didn't mind her being casted, but I heard she had like an ego problem in that movie. So I'm like, the fuck, man? Like, Next question. Last question, I think, from Rikai. How would Rocky Balboa and John Rambo react upon meeting each other and seeing that they look like each other in a different? Well, it's kind of brought up in Mortal Kombat. We kind of see it a little bit, like Rambo is in the Mortal Kombat world. And he's like, And even Johnny Cage's like, you look like somebody, and it's just like, it's funny. Like it's real funny. I love the interaction between Rambo and the squad, the Mortal Kombat character. Big glasses. Would you rather have Silver Surfer be on the big screen or live action TV series? And what director would you have done it by? Oh, okay. Would I want a live action uh TV series or movie? I think Surfer could work on a movie, but I think he would work also more better in a Disney Plus with that kind of budget, because the whole especially the makeup, the special effects that's gonna cost a lot. As for who would I feel be good to direct it, um, well, it ain't J.J. Abrams, so don't think I'll say that. Um, I want to say John Favreau, because look at what he's doing with the Mandalorian. Look at what he's doing with the Mandalorian. People are already saying like he should have directed the other Star Wars movies than Abraham. So he's definitely up there. John Favreau's up there. Um, you need a good science fiction director, or a director who can mix the excitement and the sorrow of what it is to be the Silver Surfer. Remember, this is a character who gave up his whole life to protect his people, gets his mind wiped. He doesn't know what his object was to save. He was going to take Big G Galactus to unpopulated planets where he can feed off the planet. Nobody died. Well, when he got turned into the Surfer, that was all gone. So you need somebody with that kind of that can bring that. It's funny that you mentioned Silver Surfer. I got a friend known as Chris R. Naltarelli, who actually did a Silver Surfer fan film. Check it out. It's actually, I haven't I watch it. Um, let's see. Yeah, I hear him. What's the next question? Mike. Okay, I think this is Mike's last question. Hey, Chris. Besides Spider-Man, the Spider-Man game, and Miles Morales, what other Spider-Man character spin-off games would you like to see get a game? Spider Silk or Ghost Spider? Um, I don't know. No more Spider characters, in my opinion. I don't care for Silk at all. I don't. Um, I really don't care for Silk. I've never really liked that character. That's lazy, right? We just mentioned talking about lazy origins and everything. I thought the coming. I have no real problem with Cindy Moon as a character. What I have a problem with is how she came to be the character, because it makes no fucking sense. I hate when you have to redo or redirect somebody's or established origin. So basically what they're saying is Cindy Moon was there with Peter Parker when the spider bit him. When he wicked it off, the spider bit her too. And okay, so why do they have different powers? It just is weird. It's so freaking weird at times. Um, and I don't care the fact that they say she's stronger than Peter, all that other crap. I don't care about that. But I do care about is just how. The how makes no sense. None. I don't. I don't think they need to do another, another Spider character. Keep what y'all got with Miles and Peter, and what's going to go next with the next sequel. We know for sure it's going to be Venom in the next game. So yeah. Okay. Liu Kang versus Jin Kasama, pure martial art fight. May go with Liu Kang on that one. We're talking pure martial art. I might go Liu Kang. Sorry, I'm eating, but brother kind of hungry. Um, Mirage Turtles versus Frank Castle. Who wins the fight? Mirage Turtles. The odds aren't against Frank on that. Unless Frank lays down traps and all kind of stuff like that. Yeah. Well, we saw what happened when they took on the Shredder, right? Let's think about that. And that's your last question right there, Rakai. All right. Big Lad, I think this is your third question. Yes, indeed. This is your third question from Big Lad. Do you think Jensen Ackles, aka Dean from Supernatural, can be a good Batman for a live action TV series? I wouldn't mind. I mean, the problem with is like they won't do a live action Batman series because they want to keep Batman just for the movies, which is stupid. It's stupid. It's real stupid. It really is. It's like, okay, we could designate the difference. This is the movie version. This is the small screen version. What's the problem? But y'all always want to incorporate this character. You want to say that, yeah, he does exist, but then you don't want to do it. Batgirl is the Batwoman show was a prime example of that. It's like, why would you do a show about Gotham and not have its number one defender there? Like, that's so stupid. That's so stupid to me. I find that stupid. Like, but Jensen Ackles as Batman, maybe. Jason Todd, I think he would be better at because he played him already. But yeah, I think he would be better. It's not that I can't see him play Batman because I can't say I wouldn't, but it's just somebody, especially it depends on what the time period. Like, when do you want him? Where Batman is still a teen, like a young man, or he's a seasoned vet. Because how old is Jensen Ackles? I don't think they're even in their 40s yet. They're around my age, like, I think, or they're maybe a couple years older than me. Question number 3 from Andre. How do you think Marvel will handle Hercules, Herc in the MCU? Okay, first of all, let me make something perfectly clear. This is fun fact. We Westerners have pronounced his name all wrong for a long time. Now, there's Greek mythology and there's Roman mythology. The Roman mythology is always kind of intertwined with Greek mythology. If you go through the history of the Greek, the Olympians and the Roman gods, they are basically just the same equivalent to the Olympians. Hercules is the same way with Hercules. Hercules is the Greek. Basically, it's Heracles. Hercules, not Hercules. Hercules, like it. So there's a different way of spelling it. It's just a little fun fact that I found out of my years with Greek mythology and stuff. But as for the Olympians to be introduced into the MCU, I'd love that. I've always had ideas about how they could have done it. Um, I always felt like he could have been the oldest, the real true. I could have seen them really focusing on like, yeah, how old Herc really is. Like he's been around for so long. He is the first hero. Um, and I always felt like the best way to do it was that the Olympians, they kind of not died out, but they're on like their last breath because there aren't a lot of people that worship them anymore. So remember, it's the whole concept of the gods, they get worshipped, then they still keep their power. So what if the gods start to become mortal? You get it? Because then we don't worship them no more. We don't follow polytheism anymore. Belief in many gods. It's just monotheism. Because I really don't want the whole space thing no more. I really don't like that basically the Asgardians are intertwined basically with that. Like they're gods, but they're aliens. No, I don't like that. I don't like that at all. Jordan Event asks the question: do you think we will still be able to enjoy the things we love when we were still alive in the afterlife in heaven? That's a really soft question to ask because I don't know. Have Have you ever been to heaven? I mean, I don't know. I can't answer that without, because I've never. I'm still here, so I can't really believe. I want to believe, like yeah. So I can't really say. Thank you for staying. Thank you and stay safe. You too. That goes for you. Okay. Hey, I'm not answering this question, man. That's five. I told you four. And I'm gonna make sure I keep track. Yeah, I actually went over the limit for you already. But okay. Well, I'll answer this last one. Okay, I'll answer this last one. Don't say I don't do anything. Would you welcome a Ninja Turtle reboot where the turtles originated from Philadelphia, not New York? Maybe. I don't know. Look, it, I maybe. I'm not saying no. I'm not saying no, but maybe. I'm not saying no. A reboot. I mean, I love what the IDW did with it, and basically they reincarnated of instead of being. So I really enjoyed that. Certain aspects, I think you can't take away their setting. I don't feel like okay, we plot the turtles in L.A. It would be the same. I don't think it would be the same. I think being that they are in New York, it works. You know, a city close enough to like New York. Okay, cities are okay. Chicago, I think it would work. Um, I'll throw Philly in there. Yeah, Philly, I think could work. Cities that more resemble New York and feel that same feel that 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 pretty much that melting pot of cultures. I say that, and I just said L.A. I said no to L.A., but L.A. has a huge melting pot of culture. But it just wouldn't feel right if the turtles were in L.A. I mean, kinda. Like the turtle. Could you imagine the turtles in Louisiana? I mean, they would be kind of maybe at home a little bit, but I can't see the theme. Basically, the reason why I feel like no, because of the Oriental ninja theme as well that plays a factor. So I couldn't see them in in like New Orleans, it just wouldn't feel right to me. You understand where I'm coming from with that? It just it is what it is. Okay. So let's answer this last question, and then I will see you guys around. Didn't plan on staying on too long, but answer some questions. Okay, Big Lad, this was his last question. Do you think Black Lightning would have been a good lead into the milestone character Static Shock to bring in the universe in the CW, and how would you have that episode play out? I know for sure the producer of the show wanted to introduce Static in the show. I remember him talking about and it is kind of, I feel kind of sad that Black Lightning will be coming to an end after 4 seasons. The next season will be its last. I think they should have at least tried to get 5 or 6 seasons. I always feel you could tell a story of whatever you're trying to tell in an overarching story in 6 seasons. You don't need to go 10 or 9 or anything like that. Sometimes 6 is a good round number, a good even number, which I'm good at. I like odd numbers. But yeah, I think they could have incorporated Static into the show. One of the biggest interesting how I would have done it is probably in a sense Static comes to Freeland actually in search of Black Lightning because he's heard of him. Black Lightning is, he has kind of the same abilities, and so go train by somebody who has that same ability. I wouldn't have. I would do the story of how he got his powers in a flashback. But I would not. Have maybe Jefferson go to Dakota and meet Static there. No, I would want Static to come. I would actually have the Hawkins family move into Freeland, and Static is a student, and he's also Static. So I kind of have a little intertwined, like he's been Static for maybe a year or 2 years. He's got experience, but he's still having a little bit of misdirection and control of his powers, and he knows about Black Lightning. So boom, there you go. And have yourself a blessed one, man. Thank you, David. Last one. AJ, how do you think Aquaman animated series would work out? I think it could work out well, especially if it's under Bruce Timm. It could work out. It could work fine. They could work it out real fine, indeed. Emily Valentine. Hey, what's up? Hi. Indeed. Well, that is it, guys. I answered every question that was given to me. I answered the questions here as well in the live feed. I appreciate it as always, guys. Thank you very much. Thank you for tuning in. I will see you guys next time, as always, with new content. Still have to give out the list of the last bit of content that's going up on the channel for 2020 before everything like that. One question I know people want to know is, when am I going to bring back the green screen work? Like, when's that coming back? The green screen work will be back next year. Anything I do, I'm going to bring that back. So things like that. Will I stream like more, like, did I play, the other one question I get is, will I stream more video games and things like that? Yeah, I will. When I can. I still haven't even played Miles Morales, so People, I know people probably want to see my reaction to it. I've seen a little bit of the game and I like it, but I stay away from it. Things like that. I still have some anime. The comic reviews have came back, so people. I just didn't read last week's comics, so I got to read that. So you guys can check that out. New comics come out tomorrow, well, today or so. But other than that, guys, you guys take care. As always, this is M.V.K. Your alpha loves you, as always. And you guys stay safe, stay positive, stay tuned, keep it real, as always. And boom.